Hi guys, my name is Hope Wedderburn. For my senior project, I decided to do a photography internship. A little bit about myself is I've been attending Lovejoy since the second grade, so it's been about 10 years now. I've been a part of Lovejoy and I absolutely love it. I chose photography as my internship because I love how photography just captures moments and can preserve them for so much longer than a memory can. I grew up with a camera just always in my face. My mom loved taking pictures and videos just any chance we got. And it's so fun to now look back on them, and I've always treasured that. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to learn how to take better quality pictures so that in the future I can really preserve moments. Um, I took a photography class within Lovejoy High School, photojournalism, to learn the basics of photography. So I really learned how to use a camera, and then I got a camera that Christmas. So it's been about 3 years since I've had my own camera, and I love it. It was really the thing that started my love for photography. Also, within Lovejoy, I'm part of PALS, NHS, and Lovejoy Random Acts of Kindness, or LARK. I will be attending OU next year, and I plan on majoring in interior design and architecture. But I would love to be able to either minor in photography or take photography classes or just practice my skills of photography within the school. So for my project, I touched on this a little bit that I was doing an internship, but the really goal of it was for me to learn. And so the plan was for me to do an internship with Catherine Clay, a local photography who just does amazing work. So my plan was to intern for her and really follow her along some photo shoots and really get an insight of how she builds those relationships with people, how she's built her business, how she edits photos, where she takes pictures, how she positions her clients, how she makes them feel comfortable, her pricing, just everything basically that has made her the photographer she is today. And then I was going to take that knowledge and put it into practice and do my own photo shoot where I pick the location. I do my own camera settings. I really didn't want much guidance on this because I had learned so much from doing the internship with Miss Clay that I just wanted to see what I knew and put that into practice. So like I said, I'm doing the internship with Catherine Clay, but she was also my mentor through this. Catherine Clay is a professional photographist, but she's also a mom. I have the privilege of being friends with her son, Sam Clay, and I really think it speaks volumes of the mom she is, of how she's raised her kids. I know both of her kids, and they are both such kind souls as she is. She is for sure a role model in photography because she's so talented and I have so much to learn from her in that, but also who she is as a person. I feel like I can learn so much about how she connects with people and makes people feel so special that I just loved spending time with her, even if it was just going to lunch and we would talk about photography, but we would also I got to know who she was and what made her her. So for my research, I started with looking at photography principles. We learned a little bit about this in my Lovejoy classes, and Miss Clay taught me a little bit, but I really need to do my own research to get deeper knowledge. So the principles are balance, contrast, emphasis, movement, pattern, rhythm, and unity. And these are some subconscious things that your brain attracts to. So you don't realize that you are drawn to these things in photographs, but your brain is. So it's really important to make sure you're incorporating these in your photography. Another one was to learn the settings of the camera. Again, I had previous knowledge on it, but just having a deeper understanding of it and also putting it into practice is for sure a big thing. And different poses to do with your client, just because a lot of clients get really stiff and awkward and they don't really feel comfortable. So it's really important for me to see how Miss Clay made her clients feel so comfortable and she got such natural photos from them. Another big part of photography is lighting, and so of course you can edit photos to make the lighting better, but it's so crucial to just get natural lighting for photos because it really differentiates good photos from like great photography. The last thing I had to research was a location to do a shoot. This wasn't something I initially thought I would have to research, but then when I was trying to pick a shoot, most of the places I wanted to do were places with flowers or landscape, which is mostly dead in winter. So I had to research a little bit about my location. Some challenges were editing the photos because it was nothing I had ever done before, and I really had to just learn from practice. I had seen Miss Clay do it a little, but it was for sure a learning experience. Another one was finding good places to photograph, like I just said, and also adjusting the camera settings, because it's easy to do ahead of time, but when you're in the moment and just quickly having to adjust the settings, it for sure gets tricky. So I want to show y'all some photos that I took on my photo shoot, just so y'all could really see the improvement and what I learned. So these 2 photos I chose to edit in black and white because I really thought the contrast was cool, and I thought the color almost distracted from the photography almost. Although the photo on the left is a little blurry, it really captured emotion, which I think is important in photography. And the leading lines really, and the texture I thought were just so neat. These 2 I wanted to show y'all so y'all could see the difference in just camera settings. So this photo right here on the left, I used flash, and the right one I didn't. As you can see, the left one is really washed out, and it's really hard to edit, and her face looks really white and pale, where the right one looks way more natural and much better. Now, we shot in direct lighting a little bit, which is very tricky to do because obviously lighting is harsh, so it hurts the eyes, and also just editing with it can be really tricky because of glares and shadows. This photo, I actually really loved how this one turned out. I thought the colors were beautiful. And then these I liked because it really shows emotion, which I also think is important. You can really see Scarlett's true personality in these, which is really crucial in photography. And although they might not be the best quality, and this one is blurry, I think it really shows more of Scarlett, and the lighting is beautiful. I wanted to show you also the process of editing. So this is the before and then the after. The lighting was initially good, and the colors were coming through, but I just need to brighten everything and really make sure there was that contrast. Here's another example of a similar photo. Here's a photo that I took of Scarlett that you can really see the leading line. So it draws your eye to Scarlett because of all the lines in it, and she's just the focus. And you have that balance of the flowers. It's a beautiful picture. I really liked how this photo just shapes Scarlett. The different lines and the segments really just put the focus on Scarlett. This one I think is really interesting, the different lines in it, how she's the focus, but there's so much going on behind her that it really draws your eye in. These I thought were just beautiful photos. I love the close-up and how just natural she looks. The interesting texture in the wall draws your eye in. And this one just really showing your emotion and having that interesting thing come into her adds a different dimension to photography. This is another before and after photo. So this is before I edited it, and this was after I straightened it up and then brightened everything out so the colors really popped. Thank y'all so much for getting to listen to my senior project and what I learned. It was a pleasure doing an internship with Miss Clay.